Episode 24. Drinking my OG V8 again. Oh, what to do this episode? Should I go do the thing in the Dark Valley, or should I save that for later and venture north?
Здравствуйте, молодой человек.
I'll hold out for the best stuff. I don't think I've ever had him say that before. I remember I took some stuff out of here and I put it in the lab. The storage majig that looks different from other footlockers, but is, I do believe, also a footlocker. Should I trample upon some bandits, or should I continue my ongoing task to upgrade my stuff? I would like to upgrade my armor before I venture north. I could have gone. Sometimes I forget which side of this tunnel that campfire is on. But that's only relevant if you're doing campfire saves. What sadistic and/or masochistic maniac came up with that? Campfire saves. Did I leave anything in here? I don't think I did. I didn't. Poltergeist and or Pyrogeist. I wonder if these mercs finally took out that Pyrogeist that had been geisting around this place, and I just didn't feel like wasting the ammo on it. Once I have an AK-104, as long as I'm taking it with me on a regular basis and maintaining a supply of 7.62 by 39, things should be different. Maybe I should fix up and start using that UMP-45. And of course, it's nice to have that converted AK-102.
Как жизнь?
Maybe I should take that for a test drive. Nice to have stamina that doesn't feel truncated. Let's see if General Veronin wants any monolith patches. I don't think I have very many. I have 8 bandit ones on me.
Время дорого. Рассказывай.
A heaping helping of monolith ones. 8,000 something. 7,700. I'll take it. I've never really done the math or calculated exactly how much he pays per patch.
Какие новости, сталкер? Ну, здорово.
Chimera horn. If I'm going to the Dark Valley, I might as well eliminate bandits in garbage too.
Какие новости, сталкер?
On the other hand, that... Wait, was that 7,700? $7,750. I was going to say, what's the probability on that 3PO? I receive the same paycheck twice in a row, just minutes apart from each other, for two completely different missions. Well, a part of me wants to do that bandit biz. In garbage, I mean. Another part of me just wants to go do the Dark Valley stuff and then...
Like I said, head to the north.
Как жизнь? Здорово.
I have one of those. Change of plan. Back to Yantar.
Привет, брат.
Sparrow in a bear suit.
Ты рассказывай, с чем пришел. Подходи, сталкер. Для таких, как ты, у меня всегда есть кое-что интересное.
Shovel. FQ677. How do I find out what my ID number is? My character's ID number.
Or is that their PDA's ID number? Now, if I could just maybe line up a mission for Yantar. Does anyone need a package delivered to Yantar?
Если нужно что, спрашивай у главного.
An overpile.
Again.
Well,
Иди своей дорогой, S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
come on. There. You can't even jump through there in Oblivion Lost 2010.
Какие новости, S.T.A.L.K.E.R?
Gangrene. That name again. Definitely going to need more ammo. I'll just get the cheap stuff. FMJ. Rebuilding my supply. I have Plenty of food and water. I'll sell this to the professor the next time I see him. I'll just keep it on me. That way I won't have to concern myself with forgetting it again. Now all we need is a deck of cards. Eventually I might reorganize some of this stuff. I might take all these parts and these barrels and either stash them over there, or I might get a couple of basic backpacks and put them in here.
Хаюшки!
We'll see. Sell those. Another reason to consider an exosuit or battlesuit instead of an exoskeleton. Then again, this does have 6 uses and this has 5. You get your money's worth.
Bye!
Either way. Package delivery to Yantar, I hope. Or documents or PDAs or whatnot. Anything to retrieve from Yantar. Is that a crank you have? You've got an MP.153. Classic Duty Exo-Skelly. Nothing pertaining to Yantar. I did a reliability test on the MP7. Found it to be dissatisfactory. Suboptimal. Tested it first with no upgrades. Then I tested it with all upgrades except for caliber swap. And then I tested it with all upgrades including the caliber swap. And it actually seemed to do best with all of the upgrades including the caliber swap. Rather than taking a hit to its reliability, it seemed to be just a little bit more reliable with its caliber swap from 9x19 to 9x18. Camelback. Still need an ACOG, maybe 2. Whoa. Almost seems funny that you have that rifle and that pistol. That's an assaulter's weapon par excellence, and you don't commonly find these out in the wild. The AEK 973.
Можно передохнуть маленько.
Oleg Sniper. Yet he has an SKS, which would be classified as a sniper's weapon. A beginner's weapon. A sniper, beginner sniper, rookie sniper. Someone who's not yet a real sniper. Because who else would get the SKS? Not the Recon Scout and not the Assaulter. I'm sure I've probably mentioned that before.
Ну, привет.
Anything to deliver to Yantar? I'm not sure if I have 5 of those.
Вон старший стоит. Так ты к нему обращайся.
Where were you just a moment ago? I'll go ahead and sell him these. No, it feels only right to sell those to Skinflint. If you're gonna buy a 9mm SMG from this guy, this is the better buy than this. This is supposed to be a PDW, the MP7, not an ordinary SMG. Oh.
Слушаю тебя.
Yeah. I think this counts as shelter. Get in here. I don't know why this counts as shelter.
Привет, брат.
But it does. Which is odd because it's wide open, but the upside is you get a good view of the storm. It's only too bad it doesn't face north. This great big gap or opening. I had a feeling at least one of those would end up getting done by someone. That zoner has an SKS with a PU scope. The very first semi-automatic rifle I ever owned was an SKS. I bought it used. That was back in the late 90s. Back in those days, in my neck of the woods, the SKS was the surplus rifle that everyone had to have. They were cheap, they were plentiful, and so was their ammo. Both cheap and plentiful.
Какие новости, сталкер?
Well, I didn't have to do anything in either case. Which means no expenditure of resources. I'm going to try to rough up Banditville and just wipe everyone out. But while I'm here, I'll see about any tasks that pertain to Yantar. That's right, you wanted 5 compression bags.
Слушай, все вопросы к главному.
Neptune.
Вон старший стоит. Так ты к нему обращайся.
I'm keeping all of my hops number 9.
Да какие сейчас разговоры? Держи от меня! Ты покойник!
I wonder what's got them irked. Not going to do any good trying to shoot them through a concrete wall. It or them or whatever it is. A mutant, perhaps. Now this guy's being proactive. Is that the A1 or the A2? A2. Cabbage. Why do I keep taking these ski masks? Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking I might figure out something to do with them at some point. Break them down or... maybe those face mask, cloth mask things can be used to increase the potency of your fixie-majigs when you're fixing armor and headgear. But I don't think ski masks do that. And I reiterate that they are ski masks, not balaclavas. Those are two different things. Both of them will make your face and head hot if worn out of season. I know I've mentioned that before. I'll keep harping on that till it doesn't happen anymore. I'll deal with that stuff later. Let's see. Let's see what. I don't. What was I thinking about? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Wait. W-A-I-T and or W-E-I-G-H-T. Leave that there. I've amassed a decent, well, decent, what does that mean? EP rounds. Well, my weight looks good enough. Assaulter, Recon, Sniper. Recon. Thought I saw something on the ground. It's nothing. Now, will I get accosted by cats, dogs, or boars over here? I don't think so. At least not this time. I don't remember whether or not I had anything stashed here. Every time I come here to the Dark Valley, if I come here that way, it reminds me of when you come here for the very first time in Shadow of Chernobyl and you help Bullet. Don't want to waste ammo on bitchy little ankle biters. What did I just say? Did I hear a snork? Denied. How did... I was sprinting. How did you land a strike on me? I said I don't want to waste ammo on ankle biters. What? Why so many rounds? It doesn't take that many rounds to kill one of these. $11 rounds. I know some of them missed because it jumped over them somehow. I did leave a few things here. I'll try to remember those. Any marked stashes? In the area. A green one and a purple one. That doesn't look too stable to me. I used to be a forklift operator. I was never the fastest on the fleet, but I was always the most safety conscious. The most fastidious. Maintained a flawless safety record. Now let's see if I can do a rack 'em and stack 'em sort of thing with these sorry pukes, these social Darwinists. I should have aggressively ran up on him while he was reloading. Took way more shots than I think it should have. Well, I've already eliminated Sultan, thereby essentially creating an alternate timeline. I don't like how every enemy seems to take half a magazine. Greyhound. I went to a local bar. Whoa! And I ordered a Greyhound, and they didn't know what I was talking about. I tanked it. Come on in. Чики-брики и в домке. You're not trying to shoot me through the wall, are you? It sure seems like you are. Tanked it. I hope I don't wear down my MP5 too much, because I really hate having to clean it while I'm in the middle of battle. 82%. Would be kind of fun to go Jason Voorhees mode. Just doesn't always produce good results. It just seems like I'm having to shoot too many times. Jason Voorhees mode. And it worked. Good thing I have this. Eat the enemy's lunch. The Russian people aren't the enemy. It's the Russian state, or the power behind it, which is the Principality of Magog, which oppresses the Ukrainian people, the Russian people, the Georgian people, the Belarusian people, and has held power, has held sway over Eastern Europe and Eurasia since before the time of Ezekiel. Oh, I'll make use of this. Regardless of whatever the ideology of the month happens to be. I know I've mentioned that before, but I'm going to keep harping on it. So I've depleted my... No, I haven't. I still have this. But that's the good stuff. Do I want to waste the good stuff on bandits? Bandit. Another cheeky break. Yeah. Should I try to sneak attack with an axe? Nah. This place is crawling with mad agents. Gorilla. Too half-assed to be a gorilla.
What do you want?
That took way too many strikes. And where did you come from? Well, there's a bandage to make up for the one I'm going to have to use up. Oh no! Why is melee so useless in this game? Might have to leave this behind. Haha. Not killing fast enough. So many of them. My bleeding actually stopped on its own. Oblivious. Here's your weapon. Did you not have one? What did you think you were going to accomplish? Ha. EN94, how does a bandit get their mitts on one of those? Pug. Let's not make this take all day. Limpid, Pug, Oblivious, Sultan. I think I've taken out all or most of the big name bandits. Tempted to take that AN-94, but what am I going to do with it? I'm a Recon scout. I'm not going to equip any allies with it. I'd rather equip allies with bigger. And badder stuff. Is that fat bacon? No, dog chops. Bison. Armor's holding. You don't get a whole lot of resale for these. Maybe I'll scrap that for parts. We'll just have to see. Don't really feel like tearing this whole place apart. I don't really feel like going into the bandit compound and pilfering the place. Don't think there's any Dutier or anyone else to rescue, like there is in Shadow of Chernobyl or Oblivion Lost. I always like to equip the guy with something. I will hold on to this unless I find something else that's more worth the wait. Don't tell me the bodies have disappeared already. They have. Except for the big name ones. I didn't even get a chance. See, the game doesn't give me a chance to scrounge everything before it makes things disappear. Well, you should have hustled. Shut up. Hustling is how you screw yourself over. Could the game have maybe given me 5 more minutes, let's say? And again, we have a dumbass hauling around an artifact. Without keeping it contained. Well, no wonder his name's Looney. Guy's a loony, I'm telling you. All those bandit patches I didn't get to collect. Just because the game felt the need to make all those corpses disappear. I require an explanation. In Oblivion Lost 2010, you can get a S.T.A.L.K.E.R TMP right there. Or S.T.A.L.K.E.R. That's the marked stash. Sultan's office. And I'm still good on weight. I'm done here. There's some stuff that I could loot over there down that hallway, but I don't feel like it. Do the chain smoking thing. How many matches do I have left? Enough. I see you. Yeah. I don't want to come right back here to collect too much of this stuff, because that drives me up a wall, transporting stuff from here to there, and to and fro, etc. Maybe I'll hold on to that. I want to sell that. I want to take these back with me. Well, I'll work backwards. %. I do kind of want to take that back with me. Oh, well. $79.9. Looks like that'll have to do. And I still have a mag and a half left, not including what I have loaded. Mag and a half plus a full mag loaded would be a better way to phrase that. What if you could convert the LR300 to 5.45? Then you could have a 5.45 rifle that accepts an M203. Nope. I know it's not the duty way, but I'm not a dutier. I just do jobs for them sometimes. And I like their equipment. And their color scheme. And I might just break down and buy an AK-104. Great. seriously? Transporter, I've seen that movie. What do I keep telling you about ankle biters? I'm sick of you. I'm sick to death of all of you. Come on, don't make me click and click and click and click and click. I know I can right click and then... Yeah, but my point is I shouldn't have to. Not even going to bother harvesting your parts. Medical expenditure, reasonable. Not great, not terrible. Not great, not terrible. I really want an M4A1 custom, but more than that, I want an AK-104. Almost there. Oh, always the slog. There's always got to be a slog. Even once you're out of the hobo phase, still slog. I know who to sell this to. I'll ask around for any package deliveries to Yantar. That looks good. Let's see what they were talking about. Now, what should I take back with me? And what should I leave here? Can I get all of the... Who would ever want this pack of old meat? Who would ever eat that? When you could eat a sausage instead. Oh, well. Yeah. Stash all these lesser things. Have I read this one yet? No. Upgrade packs, artifacts. Artifact singular in this case. Vodka. Rifle ammo. Now, let's see how many. Other things I can take with me. Radiation, I know it's there. My health isn't going down too quickly though because my suit is good. Sell the good thing. No, sell the good ammos that I'm not using to Colonel Petrenko as per typical. Can I get two in good condition? Could maybe use the parts. Leave the shotgun shells and take this. $79.9. I'll leave that. And all the rest of this. I'd still kind of like to build up a PPSH-41 and start using it, but it's just not a necessity. Gonna have some money coming my way. I should upgrade my armor. Is it getting late in the day? $16.47. Why does that crack have to be on the right side of the screen? The upper right corner. Why does it have to be right there? I can't see my clock because I left fraps on. I still use fraps for taking screenshots. Screenshots for making thumbnails or for my own personal amusement. I could Alt-Tab close out of it, but I don't feel like doing that. That's a tedious distraction. I mean, having to do that is the tedious distraction. Having reasonably sized numbers in the corner of my screen doesn't distract me. But it feels weird that they're yellow and not red, because I've used fraps for years. For what? 17 years I used it. Up and over, pile.
Да ты рассказывай, с чем пришел. Иди своей дорогой, S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
Excellent. Now I'm starting to lose more health.
Иди своей дорогой, S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
before I do anything about... Oh! The tedium. And waste another med kit. I'm wasting a med kit so that I can save, so I could have saved time. The time it would have taken me to drag myself to leave the artifact in garbage, come back here to buy a double Lima Mike Charlie. Then take that back with me to garbage to put the artifact in, and then drag myself all the way back here. Ugh. Alright, I had something to turn in for you.
Время дорого. Рассказывай.
Didn't lose any goodwill with the mercs. I think I might have one of those. Over 57,000. I do.
Спокойно. Чем могу помочь, сталкер?
Now that's a payday. And again, did not lose any goodwill. With the mercs or anyone else. Sell you that. You don't sell ACOGs. Sell you these. I almost have 70 grand.
Ну, здорово.
cue reference to the movie Payday, starring Mel Gibson. $70,000. I do need. Well, that should be good. And I'm still over 64,000. These are so light, I might as well keep these on me. These two. I'll stash those. And this, and this. Mike Charlie, metal container. Could just call it that. That's what Axton would call it. The only reason I ever learned NATO phonetic nomenclature
Время дорого. Рассказывай.
is so I could wisecrack in the style of Axton during my Borderlands 2 Let's Play, since I was playing as Axton. Do you have any of those? Eh.
Как жизнь?
What was that little dance? Bandit patches or monolith patches? No. Wait. We've actually got one of these yahoos hanging out in Yantar. Well, I hope they're still there by the time I actually get there. Moonlight. Everyone loves Moonlight in Shadow Chernobyl. buying these. It's a Rusak kind, I think. Yeah. How about my canteens? Everything's looking good.
Packages for Yantar or anything else pertaining to
Чем могу
Yantar?
помочь, сталкер?
That's right, I had ongoing tasks.
Было бы где ехать. Так негде. Никого надежного. Ни тут, ни там. Вот судьба какая долбаная.
Package for Agroprom.
Привет, брат.
Package for Outskirts. I could do that, but I'm not gonna.
Время дорого. Рассказывай. Да ты рассказывай, с чем пришел.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R APS. Still haven't found one of those on this timeline. On this character, on this timeline.
Подходи, сталкер. Для таких, как ты, у меня всегда есть кое-что интересное. Проходи, не задерживайся.
I need to remember to buy a Mike Charlie.
From the professor.
О, привет!
Double Lima, Mike Charlie. Go ahead and buy that. Still over 41,000. That'll be for later. I meant to sell this to Colonel Petrenko. I'll save this for later. Take this with me. Moonlight. Leave that here. So I have all the vodka that I currently have.
Ну?
4 figures for 10 rounds. Granted, it costs that much for 10 rounds. Let's see what message we missed. Nothing significant. Now I need to see if Barkeep has any Nemeroff in stock. I'll just buy everything he has. By everything, I mean all of his Nemiroff vodka.
Стой, сейчас туда нельзя.
And then Yantar, and then I'll try to get back here.
Погодь, чем могу помочь,
What
сталкер?
was that?
Здорово.
5 bottles.
Подходи, сталкер. Для таких, как ты, у меня всегда есть кое-что интересное.
I have another one stashed at Yantar.
18 swigs.
Иди своей дорогой, S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
Come on.
Иди своей дорогой, S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Иди своей дорогой, S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
The slug. It never ends.
Ну, здорово.
Guess I'll have a snack. Still hungry.
Иди своей дорогой, S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
Combine these. Leave that here. Didn't have anything to take to Yantar. A healthy snack, but not the most satisfying. Look at that sky.
Надо было побольше колец спасти. Как жизнь?
Package for Yantar. No. Anything pertaining to Yantar.
Чего расскажешь?
The reason I went is because the guy felt the need to walk around in a semicircle and get in my way for no reason. That reminds me, all the time when I go to the grocery store, for example, it could just as soon be a department store or any kind of store, I see people congregate in the aisles and talk to each other, and they block the aisles and interfere with other people's ability to travel through the aisles. And this seems to be more prevalent now than ever before. And I'm wondering why that is. Do people not realize that they're being rude? Do they just not care? And something else too that I've noticed in recent times is on the road, too many people have a tendency to drive in the middle of the road instead of staying in their lane. What's going on? Are you guys twins or something?
Если что, к командиру, с ним беседуй.
Pretty sure if someone had one of those, they wouldn't be too eager to part with it. I hear lurkers mooing. Let's see if there's a lurker over here. Wasted too many shots. I hope I score the well-dressed achievement soon. I might have to invest in some reliability upgrades for my MP5 if I'm going to be using it this often. Go ahead and use up the cheap stuff. That should do. Now, are they both at 98%? 99. 99. Better than expected. Good. Playing with fire. Now, will that one zoner still be in the Antar? I'll be truly amazed if they are. They've probably wandered over to Agroprom, which means maybe I should have accepted that one Agroprom job. Let's find out. Yes. Or this isn't the guy I need to take out. This is the guy I need to turn the mission into. I think. Yeah. See how far he'll walk away, but nah, never mind. I heard myself throttle upon that. My foot. I heard my foot throttle upon a thing. And I figured it was something like that. And that it was. Back up over 50,000. Let's see if...
Я тебя слушаю.
That's a cool looking armor. Doing that dance they do. That's the...
Здорово, дружище.
CS... I forget what it's called. Don't have 21 swigs. I don't need to buy a barrel because it doesn't have good resale value.
Здорово.
Чего тебе?
$30 rounds for 5 swigs. And I needed this one.
С чем пожаловали в мою скромную лабораторию?
And I'll sell you this.
Anomaly, мать.
You pay me so much more for it than anyone else. One of these, which I need for the moonlight. Moonlighting in the zone. I don't feel like putzing around with this. This I can do.
Вот и хорошо.
I'll be doing stuff like that
Вон старший
eventually.
стоит. Так ты к нему обращайся.
Voyager, Comanche. I think there's a stash in or on that truck, but there's sometimes an electro that gets in your way. I think I like it better with plain old iron sights. Even though it has a rail on top, and when there's a rail, it begs to have something mounted on it. Otherwise, it's not serving its purpose. What's going on right here? Not going to worry about it. Still had a small bore rifle upgrading majig with a single use left in it. Should I use that on my LR300 or on my modified AK-102? It's a good looking skybox. I want to just run right through there. But I don't trust my stamina. Because I'm only wearing one standard issue camelback. Spoils are theirs. You keep what you kill. Someone will get that reference. Hey! You got stuck. And I took advantage of that. I can see your brain. Or at least it kind of looks like it. What does a bloodsucker heart taste like? Did I leave anything in here? I didn't. Once again, I'm recalling memories from Shadow of Chernobyl and Oblivion Lost. I recently got Shadow of Chernobyl Enhanced. Maybe I should do a Let's Play of it. Not guaranteeing anything. Without having played it first. That way all my commentary on the differences between it and the OG will be fresh. Because my experiences of that, my experiences of the differences will be fresh experiences. Now it's time for a real payday. Finally getting paid real money for a real artifact. Is this my first time turning in a real artifact for real money on this character?
Проходи за девой. Поговори с барменом.
144 15202.
Такой известный. Здоровый, вот прям вертела. Вот 5, рожь.
One 5257. Rank expert. Saw the name Icarus in there somewhere. There's Moonshine, Siva Tails. There's the cutoff between master and expert. Top 100. Need to remind myself to grab a Chimera Claw from my cubby hole. And then do this on the way to this. Snork mask, I think I have one of those. But did I stash it in a convenient spot?
I think I also have 2 spare LR 300 ml customs. And I think I stashed those at Merc HQ. If not there, then probably Freedom HQ. What are you going to do with this gross snork mask? It's grody. Grody go nuts. Oops. Come on. And I didn't really have to buy one, but it's a good thing that I did. Oh, I should have left my spare vodka there at Yantar. Oh well. You don't have to do everything perfect all the time. Perfectly. I know I need to remind myself of that more often. Or is it often? Seems like more people nowadays say often. But when I was an 80s kid in the 80s, they taught us that the T is silent. I always thought silent letters were dumb. I mean, really, what's the point? Oh, here's one of my spare LR300 ML Customs. Better get Barkeep his snort mask before the mission expires. Mission quest thing.
Иди сюда нельзя. Время дорого, рассказывай. Как это же? Не дает тянуть вверх. Он думал, папа, передай там. Могу сама была. Почему будем себе? Свою пробку вынул, начал пить. 3 глотка не сделал, не бьет. Горло как тиска не сдает. Перед глазами круги уже. Так вот, значит, ну привет. Я еще раз.
I'll have to check to see if I have 5 compression bags, and I'm pretty sure I have 1 lurker hide. Which if I had one, I just stashed it. I might have had one in there already. I didn't pay attention to what I carved off of those lurkers, except for the eyes. I remember the eyes. And I remember the eyes precisely because of how long it took me to get a lurker eye for Barkeep. All those episodes ago, however far back that was.
Now, if I'm ever feeling up to it, I can actually do those night terror missions. 5 compression bags, 1 lurker hide. And of course I'm 1 short. Isn't that just a recurring theme? Well, how about a lurker hide?
And that was you, if I recall. Don't call me sir, I ain't no politician. Someone might get that reference. But in case you don't, House 2, the second story. Which is a good movie. It's not a horror movie, though. It's an action-adventure comedy
with supernatural elements. Has more in common with Army of Darkness than with Evil Dead 2. Bandit or Monolith patches. I forget how much you get for doing those night terror missions. And it depends on who you do them for, of course. I forget how much General Veronin pays for it. Let's see how much more awesome I can make my battlesuit. If I can drag myself in there.
Хаешки!
I might get, let's see, about 5 uses, 4 first-tier upgrades. I might as well handle all of these first. Max out those. I think I'd actually prefer armor weight reduction and stamina recovery over health restoration, because it's exceedingly slow health restoration. So it's not like it's going to save you in the middle of battle. Psychic. Rupture. I prefer ballistic protection over rupture protection. I prefer burn resistance over electrical. Radiation resistance is already good, so I will go ahead and get the psychic resistance. And away we go. Had to ponder it for a moment there, don't know why.
Бывай!
That's us. Maybe. Maybe I'll do some upgrades on a weapon, or maybe I'll fix up another weapon. I like having enough weapons that I can rotate my crops, so to speak. How much? 545. Oh, I have a good amount of 545. Did I put the A-Cog? Not, yeah. EOTech. I hope I haven't been referring to the EOTech as an A-Cog. A-Cog is what I want to get. Now that's a healthy amount of ammo. Stash all the old stuff, including the old AP rounds. This background music reminds me of some of the background music in Borderlands 1. A respectable AK. Deals a little bit more damage. I'm not entirely sure what the barrel length is on this. I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 14-ish inches. Maybe like 14 and a half. And this is 11 and a half. So the damage difference does make sense.
Как жизнь?
I got you a pseudo-giant eye already, didn't I? And that was the only one I had. Oh. Maybe I should have accepted that meadow thing for the professor, because here's yet another meadow thing. But I don't want to go to the meadow. I want to go northward. Onward. And now I can. My gear is good enough. I should buy some more fixie-majigs for my armor. Oh. Not bad, not bad. Still doing all right. See what messages I missed. Weight looks good. Look at that. I have exactly 20 kilograms worth of inventory space for scrounging. Closing in on midnight. All my tools are in good enough condition. Part of me, I was going to say, let's see if I can install an upgrade on the MP5, but screw that noise. I prefer rifles. I'm only going to install one of these, and I don't feel like pre-checking. I don't feel like examining the details and making a decision that way. Instead, I'll do this.
О, привет!
And then hit the sack right afterward. First I'll check this. I might just buy these two. Recoil reduction, I do like that. I think I will go for this.
Бай!
Now, should I had a feeling that they were actually going to cost more than what it looked like they did on the other thing. Maxed out durability. And this one has one more. Now I have a 5.45 rifle I can be proud of. And I said I was going to go to sleep right there, didn't I? Roughly 1/4 till midnight. Perfect. Still thirsty. I guess your time isn't up if you sleep in the middle of it. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Another drink. Stash these. Catching monsters for the arena. No thanks. Leave that job to someone else. What did I was going to grab this and then stash that one and get that. Next episode, I should be venturing north. Not guaranteeing anything, just saying there's a high probability that that's where I'll be going. We'll just have to see. Till next time, catch you on the flip side.